What's up, guys? My name is Justin. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on iRacing for Global Challenge, Fanatec Global Challenge at Mid-Ohio in the Cadillac CTSV, our weekly series that we're racing. But this is going to be hopefully the final week that we are not following our usual Friday schedule. Unfortunately, with D24 prep and other things going on, it just hasn't really worked out for me, and I'm sure most everybody else. Daytona 24 is the main focus. Yesterday you saw a video for the IMSA race I ran kind of as a final prep for that. Today, this is going to be a Friday video, which means tomorrow's race day. So when you're watching this, I'm probably sitting in the office wondering about what final checks and things I need to do to make sure this goes right. Hopefully it's a successful event. Hopefully we can run well. Thanks to Steele, Travis, and Alex Belsky for joining me in this endeavor. It's been a lot of work on all of our parts. I know I do a lot of the background stuff with the set building and everything else, but obviously they play a role as well, and couldn't ask for a better squad to attack this race with. So thanks to them for being a part of it. Hopefully it goes well. Again, I'm going to plan to record hopefully the whole thing that you'll see sometime next week. That's the goal. Obviously, in a race that long, a lot can happen. It's going to be a 24-hour video, so I know everybody's just going to skip to the end of it. But the plan is to record the whole thing and be able to upload it for sometime next week. But obviously, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, tonight we're going to get in the Cadillac here. Our sessions will launch shortly. It's a strangely small field. I'm not sure if that's because Mid-Ohio is an unpopular track, which I know it is, or what the deal is. So I think there's only one fast Cadillac signed up, and then me. We'll see what kind of pace we have actually, but hopefully we can run well. Not sure what we're going to look like here, but if we can get some decent points out of this and just kind of get through the race, get it checked off, that would be the goal. Get some points on the board. So not chasing points, but definitely something that I feel like we can um, get good points out of. Pellegrini is here. He's very, very fast in this car. Nobody else is really too terrifying. Hodgson, we've seen some, but we should be around that pace, hopefully, that he has. I just ran my TT here this week after 2 laps of practice. Felt pretty good. Feel pretty good about where our pace is at. So we'll see if I can put a nice Q lap together, get everything nailed down, and then hopefully be able to run a good race. So we'll see what we can get. No idea what we're going to be looking at here as far as our true pace and what we may be able to run, what kind of points we'll get, assuming we finish second or third, which is going to be the goal. I guess Alberto is going to probably drive away, but hopefully we can fight for second place. We'll see what we can end up with here. We are the last car in the split, only 9 cars, so pretty interesting. 25 laps will probably be about 16, 17 laps of race. So we'll see what we can get here. Get out, run a little bit of warm up just to see what we have here for weather and track tip and feel. Do feel pretty good about where we were in the couple lap practice I did, and then obviously my TT went very well as far as I'm concerned. Again, we'll see what Mayak runs later on in the week, and Andreas and some of the fast TT guys will almost certainly be faster than I am, but again, we'll see what we got as far as comparison to them. But this will be probably my one and only start in this week. I do have to run the Kia as well, but I haven't really been recording the Kias just because it tends to spread out and be kind of a boring race to watch. So again, we'll see if we can get a decent result out of this. Hopefully it's a good video, even though it's a little bit of a short field. Hopefully we can be in contention here for the podium. No mistakes would be the goal. We did have a 2x in the IMSA race that you saw yesterday, but ended up with a solid finish for that, so make sure you go check that out if you haven't already. I do like this car at this track. It is enjoyable. I'm sure the Kia won't be, just because of the way that car works with front tire wear and stuff, but I do enjoy this car here. I've never raced this car here before, but it seems to be pretty suited to the twisty nature of this track, which kind of surprised me because it can be a little bit of a boat at times, but we'll see what we got. Obviously, I'm all warmed up, ready to go. Been around here for about half an hour now at this track, so very familiar with what we need as long as it's a similar track to him. Feels like maybe it's a little bit higher than what the TT was, but that's okay. Hopefully we'll still be in the ballpark. Not going to be able to finish this first lap or anything, but we'll at least get through the hairpin here. Looks like Christian has spun out on the exit to the, whatever this corner is called, the hairpin. That's turn 2 here. Get off down the backstretch. So I like where we're at. Hopefully we'll be able to compete for a front row in qualifying, front row spot. That would be the goal. And we got 8 minutes to do our 2 laps, so we'll see what we can do here. Probably lap 1's going to be the best lap, maybe, but we'll see. My first lap was a little bit of a throwaway lap in the TT, but of course that's only a short out lap to practice and get tires warm. So didn't have a bunch of fall off though, so we should be able to hopefully try to attack both these laps. That would be good. Should be able to give it two good whirls here. So yeah, 9 cars, only 1 Kia. Kind of a boring race for Chad if he chooses to run it. May just run it for SR. He's going to obviously pick up the win as long as he starts. I mean, he'll pick up the win even if he doesn't start, but he won't get points for it if he doesn't start. So we'll see what he chooses to do. Hopefully, being the only Kia, he'll just jump out of the way if and when we do catch him. We should catch him around here, straight away at this track. So. Alright, last couple corners here of our out lap, warm-up lap. Get the tires all prepped up as much as we can. We'll have 2 hard flyers. Feel comfortable, like I said, been running here for a little bit, so I know exactly what I'm aiming for. Sub 25 would be great. That'll put us in contention for the front row. I'm sure the fast guys will be low 24, but I don't quite think I have that in me, so I'll shut up for a couple Q laps and be back in a little bit. Slide over the crest there. Cost me maybe a 1/10 or so, but enough to not maximize this lap. I think the second lap's going to be faster with a little more tire heat anyways, though, so just finish out this one. Try to run another good one here on lap 2 as well. This will kind of be our banker solid laps, so one more, try to go a little bit quicker. 24/7 is pretty good though. Well, Greenie was 3/10 better. That's about to be expected. A little bit better. Lost a little bit off of the hairpin there, but still up a little bit through 1 and 2. Hopefully we break just about even down here, and I know there's a little bit of time to be found. Second half of the lap still, so. Drove that ever so slightly. Lost maybe half a 1/10 or so. Drove that slightly as well. Keep it on track though. Through the final corner here. At least put some pressure on for Pellegrini to find a little bit of lap time on lap 2. Lap 2. It's good enough to go to P1. We'll see if Alberto, excuse me, can pick up on his second. And he cannot. He actually goes slower, so we put the lap in. We had to find out on lap 2, and we were able to. All right, we'll take that. Whew. All right, well, now we just got to capitalize because obviously we have the pace on the 1 lap speed. We'll see what Jesse has for long run speed. Obviously 25 flat is in the ballpark and decent laps. So cool, happy with that. Very happy with that. 4, 5, and 8 still either finishing laps or, excuse me, wrapping up. Hiccups again from talking too much. It's going to be tough to hold off Alberto. He is very, very fast. Very, very fast, regular in the series. Going to have to be perfect to hold him off, especially with the tire wear and stuff. Really only one true passing zone here at the end of the backstretch, but even before up to turn 2, the hairpin, if you get good run off turn 1, you can make that work as well. Short pace lap here, so I'm going to get right to it. No time for real tire heating or prep or anything, which is fine. Kind of wish I would be able to run a 24.3 like that in my time trial. We weren't quite able to hit that. We ran some, I guess, 6s in the time trial. All right, so we gotta focus up and get to it here. Cool to get another pole award. Been qualifying very well lately. We just have not had the finishes. We've been killed in everything I mentioned in the IMSA video that the Proto GT I ran a couple days ago at, I guess it was yesterday at the time of recording this, at Daytona. Did not go well. We got taken out turn 2, lap 1 from 5th on the grid. Just killed. Ended up 21st in that one with a 5X just from absolutely destroying the car. We had 11 minutes required that I had to fix, but needed it for the participation for the week. So just kind of limped home in that one. Sucked, but that's part of the deal sometimes, I guess. So again, if we can win this, great. If we can finish second, still good. We just want to be in the top 2 for sure. I think we're better than Jesse on the long run, hopefully. So we'll see what we can put together. I feel confident being under a 25 second for several laps in a row, but obviously you don't want to burn the front tires off or anything. And we don't want to fight too hard if Alberto wants to go and push. Just got to keep him honest. That's the biggest thing if he does get ahead of us. But we're going to make him pass us for sure in these first couple corners. So, yeah, we're going to have to fight for this. But again, it's about the bigger picture here. Be smart, smooth, have fun. So he ran, what, a couple of 24s, 24.4 and 24.4. So maybe just a small mistake on his second lap versus I made mine on my first lap. Probably should have been a 6 on the first lap. But we definitely nailed that second one. I'm very happy with that time. It's going to get us to pole, but we'll see if we can hang on here in the race. So thanks for coming. I appreciate the love and support. It's been great to get some good videos out recently and have some good fun on the sim and performing well. And again, we're ramping up prep here in these last 4 or 5 days for Daytona. 24 hours Daytona, big race, biggest race of the year probably for me this year. Definitely want to win it. We got everything prepped where we can go win it. So we got to do that. We'll get on the grid here. No tires, no fuel. We will keep our fast repair check just in case things go really wrong. We just have to limp through. So yeah, it's going to be one of those deals. We'll see what we can make of this. Again, I do appreciate all the love and support, so make sure you drop that like and a sub below so you don't miss any of the action from iRacing or anything else I post. I appreciate you coming along. Let's hope we can have a good race here. Ready to go. Everybody grid up very quickly. Pace car comes out, of course, at a very weird time here, so, or goes in, I should say. Gotta be ready to go right on it here. Go early, get the field a little bit spread out here. Hopefully. Again, probably going to be 17 or 18 laps, somewhere in that range. Let's call it 18. Alberto will be able to keep us without too much issue. We just got to see what we can get here as we get going. Any tires we can save. We don't want to have any slips or anything. There will be as we go. Obviously he's gonna be fast, but we just want to kind of keep him in touch because we're not going to be able to pull away for sure. So gotta be smart and smooth, not take too much out of it here to start. There we go. Lead lap 1. Put a little bit of gap to 3rd and 4th. Still in a good spot. Alberto's still right behind us. Drove the hairpin there a little bit. Still definitely within dive bomb range, but not close enough quite yet. I don't think he'll take it at this stage of the race. We're just managing, being smart and smooth here. Very fun car track combo. Again, there's not a whole lot of place to go here after about that corner there. You can't really make any big moves or anything, so we're pretty safe here as long as we keep it on the road and don't make mistakes. Could force a pass in any of these corners that you're just taking a normal racing line through, but bigger picture now. Nice and smooth, nice and easy. No unnecessary slides or tire wear if we can help it. Keep it a little bit tighter, pinched there. Again, you could fill that hole to our right, but that's a really desperate move for this point of the race. 2 laps down, probably 16 to go. Pace is much slower, about a half second slower than we ran in Q, just trying to maintain our pace here and have something left to fight with as we go. See if there's a dive this lap. Doesn't look like there is going to be yet. I feel pretty good about getting in here and through here. Just going to try to fill that hole. Won't quite be able to get a decent exit. Again, he's still definitely within dive bomb range late in the race at this point, but of course as we get later we may have to defend down here. But we're doing all okay right now. Everything's good. Just kind of saving here, doing a little bit of tire management, a little bit quicker this lap, but nothing crazy. Showed the nose there ever so slightly in the T1. Got off the T1 pretty well though, so we should be safe down here into the hairpin this time. Again, he definitely has more speed than us, but we're just kind of hanging on for now. Still within dive bomb range, but keep getting off this corner decently. We should be safe for right now. Half an eye on the mirror, but under no real threat yet. Driving very smoothly, very cautiously. You know, we're not going to get beat through this section unless he just sends one, which would not be my fault anyways, so. Just about the same lap time there, not quite, a little bit slower. Another decent exit from there. Should keep us safe down here again unless there's a really big dive bomb, so looking pretty good, making him work hopefully harder than he wants to. I'm still nowhere near my absolute push speed because I know as soon as we have to start doing that, if we have to start doing that, that we will be burning through these tires, so we don't want to do that until we have to at the very end if we're still in this position, which would be good. A little bit of a slide there on the second gear downshift. Be safe up here as well. Another decent exit off of there, not perfect, but just about that 2-3 car lengths we need to probably be safe down here unless there's a really big dive, which I don't expect at this point. I know we're holding him up. He has more pace than this. I'm not sure if that's true pace or if he'd then fall off, but regardless, we gotta stay in front. We can't afford to let him get out front and choose the pace. I need to be choosing the pace, even if he does have more tire left at the end and more pace. We have to be choosing the pace for now to give ourselves a shot. So a little bit of an overdrive there, ever so slightly. More than comfortable at this pace I'm at here. He's going to make that move into the corner, but we'll get back to driver's right. Should be able to get this back, hold this off, I think. Great move by him. That was very, very fun, very, very clean. So I think now, unless he burns his tires off, we're in trouble. So that was just a great battle. Probably cost us a second, a lap time fighting that, but it was fun. I think that was my best shot. So overdrove the final corner there, the carousel. Now we settle back in. That was definitely a slower lap because of that. But we led the first 6. See what kind of pace he can find now as the leader. We gotta reset, cool the tires off, get back to just following, not push too hard. Maybe there'll be a mistake, or you never know. So just gotta follow in, see what we can learn. Try to stick with. Just a great move to hold me out. I mean, we were back and forth there for half a lap, so very fun. I overdrove that just a little bit in the toe. I think he's probably gone at this point. We're too far back to be in a strong toe from here. Just about getting back on cycle, managing here. Again, never know. He can have a disconnection or an issue or drop a wheel or anything. I think that he's fast enough that he's going to be in good shape, but you never know. So we got to keep doing our thing. Stay on par, not give up time to the car behind, not make mistakes ourselves. Probably be halfway at the conclusion of this lap here. He just ran the best lap though, 24.5, so I knew he had some pace in hand. This will be halfway at the end of this next lap, so it's going to be 18 laps. Field very spread out now. Just cannot match that speed as we go. And obviously he's very good in this car in series. And we're decent, we're just not quite on that level, so. Not quite a 5K in this car, I'd say, so. Although we've had some good races, it's hopefully going to be another second place. I don't think Jesse's going to have enough on the long run here in the second half to close us down and pass us. If we don't make any errors, that is. I mean, seem to be roughly matching speed with the car behind. You know how this is, so we should be safe from that if I don't make any mistakes. Shouldn't. We're in a pretty good rhythm at this point now, so pretty happy with this. Still feel like we're pretty solid. We have decent tires saved, so. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have fought that as hard as I did for the lead once he got position. Because it just gave up, you know, a second and a half or 2 seconds to the car behind. If he was going to get ahead eventually anyways, probably should have just let him go. But I really thought that with our crossover we had a chance to fight that off. But obviously he knows what he's doing and he's pretty good too. So I appreciate the respect. I'm glad that we didn't come together and either one of us have an issue there. So that was really, really good clean racing for half a lap around here side by side, which is not easy to do. So enjoy that. Again, we're still just about maintaining with Jesse behind. Roughly the same pace. He might be a tenth or two quicker, but in 8 laps he is not going to make that up. Not even close. So as long as we don't have a big fall off and make any serious mistakes or anything, we should be okay. Happy with that. Like I said, we got to run top 2 here for decent points. Would have been great to win, especially against such a great competitor like Alberto is in this series, but well and truly he was bare. A little bit of probably a mistake on his end and a little bit of a perfect lap on my end in Q. Got us to pole and lost the lead 6 laps. Probably just a matter of time before he got through and was able to make the most of this. So good on him, obviously. A little bit of a better lap from Jesse here this lap, although my lap has been pretty sloppy. First half it looks like, so. Go, get turned in there, cool. Alright. Yep, just kind of at 9/10 now, we're not pushing to the max or anything, just trying to make consistent, smooth lap time and get through this. Again, maybe a tenth or so better there from Jesse behind, maybe not, just about even that lap actually. It's based on the visual. We will definitely catch the Kia, probably catch Alexander. I believe that's French Canadian, so Alex something. Although it's Barbosa, so maybe it's not. regardless, if we can run 25, 3, 4, 5, anywhere in there, we'll be just about even on pace with Jesse, it seems like. He's pulled away 19 more seconds to the cars behind after that early battle with Thomas there, which actually probably saved us. While Jesse was in behind Thomas, we were able to pull away, allow us to have that battle, and then not be immediately caught, because he'd be a couple seconds closer if not for that. So everything kind of worked out in our favor in that regard. We're going to be coming back to 6 to go at the 2/3 distance here. About 8 minutes left, I'd assume, here at start-finish. Pretty happy with this performance. I feel good about this combo. As always, I'm not that excited to run the Kia. It's not my favorite thing in the world by any means, but it's been fun. Glad we've gotten some good results out of it. Still chasing the division title in that. Yep, just under 8 minutes here, so 6 more. Another couple tenth gain, maybe 2 tenths there for Jesse that lap. I feel good about that. Tenth more gain there that lap for Jesse. Actually a really good lap by him, gained about 4 tenths there. A really smooth lap from him. We can still see Alberto obviously keeping him in sight's pretty key. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, because that was not a bad lap by me, 25.5, but we still lost nearly half a second. So really good lap from Jesse behind. Again, if we just keep it on the island, keep it on the black stuff, no mistakes, he won't catch us in 5 more laps unless he makes up half a second every single lap, which I don't see happening. But if he does, props to him. He's still got to pass us then at the end. So. A little better that time, only, we didn't really lose anything at all that time. Maybe ever so slightly we lost, but also 25.3, a little bit wide in turn 1 there. But yeah, we lost very little, if anything. We are going to catch both Chad and Alexandre. Looks like Alexandre in the Cadillac is struggling just a little bit. Big gaps. Actually, the next 4 cars are actually pretty close. Roughly similar positionings, so good battle act there for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Not a great lap from me here. 3 to go, though. This isn't the end of the world. Every lap, the hill gets steeper for Jesse to have to try to climb to catch up, so. Even on a spectacular lap, which that one for us was not, lost about 3/10 or so, so. He's still the low to mid 45, or 25, excuse me, so if we can be at a mid to high 25, we should be more than okay. We'll see what this traffic does for Alberto. I expect it will be a non-issue. I expect Chad to just jump out of the way. Being the only Kia, but, you know, we'll see. Yep, everybody's just going to get out of the way, which is good. That's what they should do. Doesn't help me, obviously, but it's what they should do. Hopefully it is the same for me when we get there. Only going to be 2 to go, so hopefully they just roll over. Not fighting any of them. They're not fighting anybody, excuse me, either of them. Plenty conservative here on my entries. Make sure we just get it right, smart and smooth. Of course, no headlight flash in this car, so you just gotta watch your mirrors. Chad should know what's happening here. Leader's already gone by, so hopefully we'll get him down the front stretch. If not right here. Thank you. Thank you. So that actually allowed Jesse to make up about a second there through those traffic cars. So down to 1.5, but just again 2 laps to go. Won't catch us and make the pass unless we just have a disaster of a last 2 laps here. So it's going to be close. Probably is pushing quite a bit harder than I am. We'll see what my tires are like, but other than that 1 lap we were side by side, which we were slow anyways, we have not pushed it all this race, so there's definitely more pace in it if I was going to attack more towards the end here, but it hasn't been necessary, so we'll just look at where our tires are for reference, and then we will move along. Should be more than safe from this distance again here, so. White flag, 1 lap to go, credit 1 bank, all the usual. Plenty safe, just under 2 seconds gap. Sun's starting to set in our eyes in turn 1. No matter. Not bothered. Plenty of gap back. Decent turn 1 there, actually. Down the long backstretch for the final time in the last real passing zone. Obviously 15 back is no pressure. Alberto only gets about 5 seconds up the way in 2/3 of a race, so. All but chucked it away right there. We just got that stopped, which is pretty frightening. Didn't really think I was doing anything differently there, but obviously we're in there a little bit deep. Cost us about half a second. But we made it. The 3rd. Nice and safe and smooth here over the crests. Final time down through here. The hotkey. Nose pointed 1 more time through the last corner. Great race, everyone. That was a blast. All right, solid P2.
Great.
All right, very happy with that. I'll take that all day, every day. 0x is great. All right, happy with that. Very happy with that. So we'll take that. We'll take second place points again. We'll check our tires and we'll check what the final ends up looking like. We'll just pull over here. Time's up. So check the tires. 89 on the left front is the only tire that has any significant wear. Very, very good conservative race. 0x for us, 0x for Chad in the Kia, 0x for Alberto at the front, and then Pierre Luc at 0x in the mid packs. So 3 1x's, I assume, from Jesse there. We'll take our 0x and get out of here. We'll see what our points look like, or not even our points, but just our rating. Gain 95 rating. Good to see it. A couple tenths down, obviously, but we're just chilling out front. So happy with that. Happy with the performance. We'll take it, and that's our Cadillac race for the week. So that's gonna be it. Make sure you drop a like and a sub down below. Don't miss any action from iRacing. News to be top pursuit 2, NASCAR Dirt to Daytona. Anything else I may post. We'll see how Daytona goes tomorrow. Please wish us luck and hope for the best, and hopefully we can see that video on the channel next week. But as always, until next time, bye.